Another very important result of photosynthesis is that it produces oxygen. Human beings and animals lower the level of oxygen in the atmosphere a little bit every time they breathe. Yet plants replace that oxygen by means of photosynthesis. In short, photosynthesis is a very well-designed process. There is complete equilibrium between photosynthesis and human and animal energy consumption. Plants supply glucose and oxygen. We burn the glucose and the oxygen in our cells. In that way, we are able to obtain and use the solar energy that plants store in glucose. As a result of this, we produce carbon dioxide as a waste product and give it off into the atmosphere. Yet this carbon dioxide can be reused by plants for photosynthesis. This perfect cycle constantly continues in just this manner. In order to see the flawless harmony with which this process was created, let us concentrate on just one of the factors within that process: sunlight. We have already said that light from the sun was specially designed for life on Earth. This important adjustment appears once again when we examine photosynthesis, because the process can only be carried out with sunlight and no other. In his book, The Symbiotic Universe, the American astronomer George Greenstein writes, "Chlorophyll is the molecule that accomplishes photosynthesis. The mechanism of photosynthesis is initiated by the absorption of sunlight by a chlorophyll molecule. But in order for this to occur, the light must be of the right color. Light of the wrong color won't do the trick. A good analogy is that of a television set. In order for the set to receive a given channel, it must be tuned to that channel. Tune it differently and the reception will not occur. It is the same with photosynthesis. The sun functioning as the transmitter in the analogy, and the chlorophyll molecule as the receiving TV set. If the molecule and the sun are not tuned to each other, tuned in the sense of color, photosynthesis will not occur. As it turns out, the sun's color is just right. In short, there is a compatibility between sunlight and photosynthesis that cannot possibly be the result of chance. That compatibility shows us that the same infinitely powerful Creator actually created the sun, the earth, and everything in it. That infinitely powerful Creator is the Almighty God. Right from the beginning of this film, we have been looking at various features of the sun, and we saw how these had been specially designed to support life. Yet there is another factor in this regard which we have not yet dealt with. The sun's rays have to overcome one very important obstacle before reaching the Earth's surface: the atmosphere. If the atmosphere did not possess the kind of structure to allow those rays through, then they would be no use to us, of course. The really interesting thing is not so much that the atmosphere allows beneficial sunlight to pass, but that sunlight is the only radiation that it allows through. Because as the atmosphere allows those rays necessary for life to pass, it also blocks all those rays that would otherwise be fatal. It is impossible to ignore the artfulness of this design. The Sun sends only 1/10 trillion trillionth of the whole range of electromagnetic radiation that could be sent. That happens to be the range that is good only for us, and that is the radiation that the atmosphere lets through. Commenting on this situation, Encyclopedia Britannica admits how extraordinary it all is. Considering the importance of visible sunlight for all aspects of terrestrial life, one cannot help being awed by the dramatically narrow window in that atmosphere absorption and in the absorption spectrum of water. Materialist philosophy claims that human life appeared in the universe by chance, and that it is an accident with no purpose whatsoever. However, the facts that have emerged as science advances shows that there is actually a design and plan in every detail of the universe. It is such a design that even such a component as light, which one might never have thought about before, is so clearly just right that one can't help but be amazed. Trying to account for such careful design as accidental is totally irrational. Such extraordinarily fine-tuning as this can be explained not by chance, but only by intelligent design. This, in turn, shows that God has created and ordered the whole universe in a manner compatible with life. This conclusion that science has led to is something that people were taught in the Quran 14 centuries ago. Science shows that sunlight was created for us. In other words, that it was placed at our service. God stated this in the Quran in these terms: "The sun and the moon both run with precision." God is He who created the heavens and the earth and sends down water from the sky, and by it brings forth fruits as provision for you. He has made the sun and the moon subservient to you, holding steady to their courses, and He has made the night and day subservient to you. He has given you everything you have asked Him for. If you tried to number God's blessings, you could never count them. Man is indeed wrongdoing, ungrateful. We have so far seen the magnificent features of sunlight and witnessed God's creative artistry. In this section we shall be concentrating on another vital issue and seeing another instance of design: the design in water.